Wow, that 3 minutes I try to hang out went by fast. I'm busy writing. Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. Hat Brad, yeah, Hat Brad on Wednesdays. I got some cool new hats too. This isn't a new hat. Is listening to post show before listening to show even legal? I don't always talk about the show stuff afterwards. We just hang out and talk. Hi chat, can we talk about the upcoming Kaveco releases? Yeah, we did talk about that on stream today, so we can bring those up if you would like. That would be fine. Michael asking, does anyone know if subscribing with Prime is no longer available? It should be there. Nothing's changed on that side of thing. Rewizzles with the 32 months. Test Stitch changed your name. 29 months. Missed last week. Guess it was a big one. Rewiz. Yeah, it was good. It was big. It was 3 hours big. So that was good. That was good. Tess, love your face. I appreciate you. Brad, confession, every time you say hey Chad, I think you say hey Chad. I got to get over that. I will emphasize the T a little bit more. Hey chat. Just so you're not looking up constantly. All right, what's this? Let's see. Lami Safari Japan LE. All right, let's make Brad mad right out. Son of a gun. Let's make me mad right out the gate. That's not a limited edition. So what this is a modification. You can see the three colors series. This is a modification of existing. So this is not a limited edition release. This is a modification of existing products. So this is what people can do on their own. Still look, oh, it's what they should have done. Like that's what I want, right? This is what I want. This is what I want for strawberries and cream, right? But just don't get confused that this is a limited edition. It's a modification. Peggy Love with the 16 months of sub, and thank you so much. So, like, how hard would it be to give me the cream clip on the red or the red clip on the cream? So, this is this pen with the red swapped with the teal parts. So the red and teal matched, and then the yellow and purple matched, just swapped around. But yeah, how hard is it? How hard would it be, right? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for. So there you go. So yeah, just don't get confused that this is a limited edition. This is someone modifying. All right, what's this one? Oh, the new Kavecos. So yeah, these look good. So we talked about these on the stream today. Brad kind of need to admit it that Lamy sometimes does make pins out of parts. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, they have white pins and red clips, and they have all kinds of parts to make pins. But isn't that a post? Isn't that a post release modification as opposed to a built from stock modification? That's all I'm wanting to know. Yeah, that pearlescent looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, the lime Lilliput is really rocks. They did a really great job on that Lilliput. It is such a hard pen to recommend. It is so difficult to recommend the Lilliput to almost anyone, right? You got to use someone's Lilliput to see. Because not only is it small, it's light, right? Like these, like the Steel Sports, like this has substantial weight to it, right? You look great. I feel great. Will there be any discussion on the latest Kaveco versus Moonman drama as reported by Tokyo Inklings? I have not listened to the latest episode, so I don't know the latest details. It's in the queue, though. How durable is the green finish? I mean, it's aluminum anodized. The ones I have a blue one. It's pretty durable. Like, I don't have any chips in it or anything. It doesn't really scratch. Is the section on the Lilliput, is it like the Faber-Castell Ambition? No, it's just tiny. Like, it's a different kind of tiny. Like, you will hit the ridges. There wasn't anything new, was there? Same stuff another day. Kaweco Moonman? Yeah, I have no idea. How heavy is the brass sport? I'd have to look it up. I don't have one. I have the steel sport, which I think is a little bit lighter than the brass, or it might be around there. So yeah, those look good. I'm definitely getting the iridescent collection. I don't know. I might get the Lilliput to give away or something. Brass is 46 grams. Thank you, Bruce. But I mean, I think they knocked it out, right? Like compared to Lamy, this is a different aesthetic, right? These Kawecos are hot and I need them, right? I'm glad to see something different. Like, I have every expectation that the iridescent's going to do well. Because of Jacob, I ordered a T1 Moonman. He loves it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it. The mint green calligraphy set looks interesting too. Yeah, I thought that was cool that they mixed in that barrel color just to give it a little bit of a pop, right? Instead of the standards. They've always done white and black, maybe navy. Definitely like classic Kaweco colors that they did at the time. So it was nice to see. It's nice to see. Hey, Bork Ben Bork, thank you for the data provided for today's podcast. Y'all, everyone give a shout out to Bork Ben Bork. For, if you haven't listened to the podcast, if you didn't listen live, Bork Ben Bork took episode 500 and collated all the data of the brands mentioned. We had a good time exploring that, and we'll have the spreadsheet linked into the podcast show notes for that. So that was really, really cool. So big ups to Bork Ben Bork. Thank you, Jacob, for doing that. That was really, really cool. Hire Brad Lamy. They'd end up with this. And that's their problem. How many people mentioned Shown Design a lot? They didn't make the top 10. But there were a few. But I'd have to go look at the number. The spreadsheet will be in there, and we can search it. I just don't have it pulled up right now. So yeah, there you go. New Kaweco stuff. Pretty amazing. All right. And then, let's see. So, like, you pull up those Kawecos, right? And then you get... I'm not going to embiggen this. You get white silver here. And you get strawberries and cream here. Like, Lamy won't hire me because these would be the next Lamy Safaris. And the Lamy All-Stars. We just did, we didn't do the Twisby specific. It was just Twisby in general. And Twisby in general was up there pretty high. Yeah, Mike's a list unto himself. That's for sure. That is for sure. So, this is what we want to see. What we would like to see in that other link. I like the new All-Star too. It's just, but it's a regular All-Star. No, people that answered more than one product re-whistles, which Mike made a list as we were going. So people that answered more than one product ended up being on the rule breakers list. And then we had this. Oh, what do y'all think about this? So this is the new logo for... I'll pull this up for anyone who can't see it. This is the new logo on the King of Pen with the new anchor. I'm just going to start calling these the Ancora designs because they launched them at the same time. I like it too. I like the new logo. What I don't know that I like is in combination with the old scroll work, right? I like the anchor. I like the updated anchor design, but it's in there with the classic scroll work, and that's throwing me off a little bit if I'm being honest. I'll have to bring it out. It's not if it's not the exact same, it's really close. If it's not the exact same, but the other design had more going on here in the center than just the anchor. I think they look good. Yeah. I think they look good. But yeah, like I want to see something different. And this was the results of CY's Instagram poll. Right. Like I think it's a little bit of a disconnect between like the modern and the classic. Like if we're gonna go with the modern anchor, I want to see something different in the scroll. That's just me. I mean that's being overly picky, right? I like it. Like I would totally use this nib. If I ever bought a new King of Pen, I would be completely happy with this nib. But if I'm being like pedantic, I'd want something a little bit different. So I think it's good. Modern anchor would look best on a plain nib. That's kind of the point I was making on the podcast. Don't hate the new logo, but prefer the old branding. Yeah, I get it. For higher end pins, I expected to see a design on the nib. Yeah, that was my argument. It was right. Like I would like a simpler line to match the anchor, but if $400 of my price is going into this nib, it better be fancy, right? Which do you think is a better rider, Namiki or Nakaya? I mean, I like Nakaya's, but I only have one Namiki. But I like Platinum and Nakaya nibs more above Pilot and Namiki nibs. But that's talk about picking nits. That's a real like, I mean that's like some S tier type stuff, right? Fushroush, thank you for the follow, appreciate you. Like I don't mind the busy scroll work nibs. Like I think the Mont Blanc nibs look great, right? Like they're good. Again, Pelican does a really good job. They're pretty busy. Pelican is more of this design where they have a basic line work logo in the center than very scrolly type of accents on there. So it's pretty good. The question can be translated, which is the better car, Rolls-Royce or Bentley? Yeah, Bentley, yeah. Does anyone know the history of scroll work on nibs? That's a good question. That's a good question. So yeah, those are kind of the things we hit on today. Then you have in the post show. Let me find the link. Sorry. In the post show, we went and looked at this one, the Blue Dawn King of Pen, because this is the one with the most interesting nib work. So this nib caused a lot of consternation on Reddit, I believe. I like the new Yovo nibs over the old ones. Agree. Do y'all know what that's supposed to be? Like, it took me a minute. I had no idea what this is supposed to be. Yeah, it's a 21 to represent 21 karat. Why would you want that on the nib? Like, I don't understand. Like, give me a nib logo, but it's already stamped 21K. I'm good. Right? What is happening? Like, what's this pen called? Blue Dawn? Give me something Blue Dawn stamped on there. Like, you made the effort to design a nib stamping that you already have on the nib. I'm confused. The most interesting part about this is that the price is at the old price, right? I mean, it's an expensive pen to get with to begin with, but they're now the current price, the new launch king of pens, like the Witch that just came out, is 880. So this is the old price. I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, it's a great looking pen regardless, right? New Anchor Finial, limited edition, old price point. Yeah, they're all over the place. It's hard to understand. Some nibs have a gap between the tip of the tines. Yeah, it depends. I mean, the like in the like mediums and fine nibs, I've seen like gaps. I mean, it should be microscopic, but like most extra fines don't have a gap, right? But when you look at up close of some other nibs, like you don't want a widespread. Yeah, it's a sailor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with the wider the nib, the more likely there's going to be a gap in the tines. But what you generally don't see is that in like an extra fine nib. Bragging it's 21K twice. So yeah, that was most of the episode today. We talked about some new products. Yeah. What else do y'all want to talk about? Y'all got any questions? I'm gonna finish my I didn't get to do my journal entry yesterday. We can't miss days, chat. We don't miss days around here. Oh, so in the 500th episode, we had several people mention 5-year journals. Do any of y'all listening today use a 5-year journal? And can you tell me about how you use it and how you like it? I would be curious. I'm writing in my I don't have my camera set up, as you could tell by when I flipped over to the weird screen. But I'm finishing yesterday's entry. I mean, heck, I could use a 5-year journal just to write what pen I used. You want a 3-year one? Midori 5-year on your. Yeah, a lot of people are in their second and third years. It's just I never understood it, and now I'm starting to understand it, and now I'm starting to consider it. So that's in my path. Have a 5-year, use it as a gratitude journal. Last year of my 5-year journal. How has it been to go looking back through that? I bet it's pretty cool. I enjoyed the 500th episode. It's fun to hear the names. Yeah, that was fun. I'm so glad that worked out. 5-year on year 3. Nice. That's cool. Maybe I'll have to do that. That's such a that's one of those things. Brooks, 21 months of summer. Let's go. Let's go. That's one of those buy the new notebooks and be intimidated starting it ones, right? That's got to be one of the most intense. Hey, time to start this 5-year long notebook project. Finished 5 years in Anami 7Cs. Page for each day divided in 5 sections. Kyle kind of built your own. That's awesome. That's awesome. Year 1 of 5. Nice. I'm running with the Elmo, Montegrappa Elmo Cross Gentian Blue Cross. Yeah, that one. I have them embroidered 5 years. It's so pretty. Using my Eversharp Skyline with a stub. after using my 823, can't figure out what's smoother. Does the Eversharp have a steel nib or a gold nib? Not that it matters for smoothness, but yeah, y'all have got me tempted. I'm thinking about it. I also have Sailor Manio Akibi ink in this. If y'all want a new ink to try, Sailor Manio Akibi, very highly recommended. It's like a magenta with a green sheen. Don't think, do. You don't tell me what to do, Carol. Just kidding. Me winning isn't, you do. Hobonichi 5 years started this year doing it like my grandmother did her daily notebook. Write a small caption of my day. Add the time and temp. Nice. Oh, how is that, Cade? I gotta think about that. I might look at my shopping list from the 500th episode. 500th episode was hilarious, especially Mike's list. Yeah, that was fun. That just came out of the blue. If y'all read Refill this week, if you're a Pen Addict member, I wrote about how Mike and I just no. Thank you, Rewizzles. I know, Carol. I think about these caps all the time. I really do. It's just one of those things on the list of things. Oh yeah, but keep a picture of your grandmother's notebook. That's cool. My ink choices have started to manifest spring. Custom art craft. Like when you look up the product, custom art craft. I'm gonna write that down. Because that's on the list for me to review. I'm just more curious after seeing the, I enjoy the S20s and S30s so much, and I have a Pilot Timeless with the wood in the grip section. I would like to see what those pens look like. Wouldn't bug you if it wasn't the coolest thing for 2022. I know, right? I have my 5 years sticker rated. That's good. All right, I'll look at that. Hide it from the wife. These, ever since Montegrappa switched to the Yovo steel, these are some of my favorite steel nibs. I mean, they're still Yovo steel nibs, but these are just fine and firm. Kimberly's going to be in town Monday, so I need to clean and re-ink pens and maybe make samples for a meetup. Tell her that I expect a review written if there is a meetup. Tell her, like 2,000 word review written. She might be listening right now. Is she in the chat? I don't know. But yeah, Montegrappa's steel extra fine nibs are just chef's kiss. 5 paragraph. For her, that's just the introduction. Okay, another question on the 5-year journals. Does anyone only use the 5-year journal for journaling, or do you use it in conjunction with, say, a planner or a different notebook or a different journal, like a commonplace journal? Like basically, is it like singular in its existence, or is it part of like the other things that you use as well, right? So like I feel like I'm writing things down about my day and my cousin. Am I going to still be would I be compelled to then go and write, 2 sentences or whatever, fill that block in my 5-year if I'm am I doing duplicate work, right? What's that singularity that you get from the 5-year? Started off using 5-year, found myself running out of space. Mine is part of other planners, but I use other planners for today and history and daily vocab word. I've been thinking about that daily vocab stuff too. Singular. Yeah, like I just wouldn't want to duplicate anything. See, again, this is me overthinking everything, right? I have I have a project that I want to do. That's a really simple project, and all I've done is overthink the whole thing for like months. Yeah, overthinking it. Just write what happened briefly in the 5 year. 5 year for highlights, daily vocab word. Yeah. 5 year for actual journaling. One field note with daily word, one fiction writing prompt, and one giant big boy planner. If I was started 5 year, it'd be my standard daily. Event based. Brad, have you resumed your Nano Como? I just plugged back in the Kindle. That's how long it's been since I did it. I plugged in the Kindle today, so you'll probably see me do it next week on stream. I have not, and I've got to get doing. I have to finish that. That is one thing. That is one project that I've started that I'm hell bent on finishing. I just haven't like remade my schedule to do that because it's a lot of work. But like I'm going for that. That's what we're doing. Blend. I have an endless that stays open all day. 5 year would be climbing Mount Everest. 5 years more of an overall feeling. Gotcha. Bullet journal for running life daily, now monthly journal for reflection. I like that pens and sprinkles 5 year for a more putting it in the history books kind of thing. That's interesting concept. 5 year gratitude, separate calendar. Yep. Another journal to brain dump. Y'all are really smart. Did you know that? Brad, who cares if it repeats? You only reference it when you write it for the next year. Glance up, see what happened in the previous. Yeah, I'm with you. Keeping a journal strictly for the purpose of attempting to improve my penmanship over time. That's great. That's awesome. Fine. You know what else y'all did to me? Oh, it's in the other room. Hang on, let me write this down. I'm gonna tell you what y'all did to me. I wish Tony was feeling better. He would appreciate this. What I'm about to tell y'all, but let me do this. I guess I should go get it. Hang on, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all did to me. I strictly blame y'all. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna set up my camera, so we'll just have to deal with this. Y'all have made me appreciate lined notebooks, and this is all y'all's fault, right? I was using this lined notebook. This is the paper mine that they sent me when they did the sponsor spot. Like everything is so neat and clean and organized. This is crap. What did y'all do? Like I've enjoyed writing on lines. Look how nice and neat it is. I am so mad right now. Like everything's lined up and straight. It's ridiculous. I actually want to use this notebook. I blame y'all. I mean, look at that handwriting. Look at that. That is so good. God. I'm really upset about this. I'm really mad about. I can't believe I'm enjoying a book with lines in it. I'm not using the back of the page in that one though. So far, we'll see. Speaking of good, how about that Super Bowl halftime show? That was better than good. That was great. Definitely the highlight. Now you're pedantic. I mean, welcome to the show. Just know you can start your day over, Brad. Man. Pins and sprinkles, don't get caught up in lines. But I'm not even going to make that statement. I rescind the statement I was about to make. I'm not even going to say it. Well, I use everything else. I do enjoy writing on two sides now. Like, that's I am down with that. So, like, I'm completely, like, two-side writer. You know, this is some old stuff. But, yeah. But I was thinking back to the Nano Como book is blank. Right, it would have been a heck of a lot easier to do lines. Although I would have filled it up. I wouldn't have been able to write this small, right? I wouldn't be able to write in that kind of spacing. So I probably would not have been able to fill up the book. I mean, to use a singular book. Like, I think I'll fit the whole novel in this book, which is the goal. So maybe I'll just have to find a longer line notebook or a shorter novel to copy. And this isn't a very long novel to begin with. But I think, yeah, I'm going to do some more handwriting streams. Probably starting next week, we're going to get back into the book. I'm just doing some writing. Yeah, I enjoy looking at this myself, so. But I always rated blank paper higher than lined paper. Now, I guess what I need to do, here we go. God bless it. I need to get paper mined to make me a 5mm line. Instead of normal lines are 7mm. I think those are 7mm spacing. They look like 7mm. And then I could get more lines per page. 5mm is the sweet spot. See you, Bruce. 2mm doesn't upset me whatsoever. I just 2mm lines. I would use 2 lines. Just like grid, 2mm grid. I use more than lines, but I don't stay in the 2mm grid. Right, I'll use like 4. Oh, the 2mm difference between 7 and 5. Oh, that's enormous. Yeah. But this is why. I'm not getting that much on a page in the 7mm line. That's what I'm saying. We're going to have to revisit this when I have my camera set up, right? That's a lot of space missing. And that's why I've never loved lines. Lines have the most rules in how you use them, right? That's why I've never enjoyed lines. Yeah, 2mm grid is fine. Grids have no rules. That's the hill I'll die on. Grids have the least amount of rules. Blank. But grids have no rules. That's the point. That's how I see grid when I write on grid paper. Grids have no rules. I never quite got that line paper has the most rules thing. What rules apply to a line page that don't apply to a grid? Because your spacing is fixed. On a grid page, you have freedom. You don't have to write between the lines on a grid. No, you don't. Snow Fox. I mean, I don't keep my lines in the writing on the grid, right? And then I could have different sections on the same page in different writing widths and styles and formats. Where on lined it doesn't work. Grid is freedom. We are fanning the flames today, Chad. We should give something away while we fight. Why do you have to write between the lines on line? Because that's what those lines tell me to do, right? And the grids don't do that for me. I mean, I understand it's a personal thing. You're letting yourself be controlled by the lines? Yeah, like I say, it's personal. Lined is the most constrained. Grid, you have way more options to write on grid paper than line paper. Like, I don't even see why that's an argument. That's the argument I don't understand. I mean, I understand preferences. Do you hit the brakes when the light turned red too? I hope not. All right, I'm going to find some paper to give away. Let's see what kind of paper I can make y'all mad about. What is this one? All right, this is the Print Prologue notebook. I think this is dot grid. Yeah, dot grid notebook with a dot grid bookmark. No wide line crap. Thank you, Jen. That's the title for today's podcast. No wide line crap. Get out of here. Grid is easier to ignore over lines. Thank you. That Lamy one is a challenge, Naperville. It is that we could do a whole show on that Lamy notebook. I'll bring it in here one day. It is a real challenge. Grid is busier. The busier it is, the easier it is to ignore. The grid just feels like background music instead of someone yelling at me. Yep. Lines are like Catholic school teachers. Grids are like science teachers. Lines make you want to get like your fingers smashed by the ruler. The grids are more abstract. Brad, is your thinking on grid paper like it come from using it as scrap paper for work and line paper from writing? Probably not. I mean, I used graph paper in high school just for notes. I don't know. It's just like a preference thing. Oh, I think I got some swag stuff to give away with this notebook too. Let's do a combo meal. What did I do with all that little stuff? Oh, we'll just do this. All right. So we'll do the risograph notebook. I made a whole swag bag. I don't have time to dig through there today, but I have some MT washi tape. And this is oh man, I shouldn't have given this away. It's a unicorn. Check it out. It's a unicorn pattern on here. That's dope. Yeah, French handwriting paper wouldn't work for me. Yeah, Mafia Geek. That's I think that's where like our personal like a lot like why there's all this stationery that we all love because we find things that kind of fit how we work. right? And for some people, like the grids really, really work, and for some people, the lines really work, and that's why we get to do this, right? That's why we get to have fun. All right, let's give away. Then I gotta go. I'm going to go ship some Majotos. That's on the agenda today. See if I can get through some Majoto orders so I can get the rest of them published for sale. Print prologue. All right, this giveaway is open. No, the Lami's not the French grid. I'll bring in the Lami one day. It's really interesting. So this unicorn washi is like the wallpaper you find in like a bathroom or like a powder room, and you think, oh, that's nice, fancy, like antique horse like washi tape, except it's a unicorn. It's dope. It's dope. Hey, B Baroni. Glad you made it. Just catching up on chat. All right. And then the top. Oh, so tomorrow, chat. Tomorrow we're going to do the. We're going to work on the Kakamori nib, do some ink sampling with the Kakamori nib, and then next week we'll start writing a little bit more. I have about 10 of those unicorn washi. They're really cool. I didn't realize it was a unicorn washi. It's really great. So we're going to have ramen notes on notebooks and unicorn washi. Yeah, now that I see it again, I'll have to look at it. 8:30 a.m. Eastern again, negative. 10 o'clock tomorrow, back to normal. Back to normal. As normal as we can be. I mean, we just fought over lined and grid paper, so if you're expecting normal around here, you're in the wrong place, right? So mad at you for yesterday. That's fair. I will take any grief. Tessa gave me grief. Rattler Jen gave me grief. Fair. It's not something that will happen very often. I promise you that. Usually because I'm doing carpool at that hour. All right, let's pick a winner. The write down. I believe maybe one before? Question mark? The write down. You are the winner. Oh, sorry, Tessa. Uh-oh. Are you there? The write down? Are you there? I already wrote it on the ramen coaster. Yeah, you never won? Nice. First time. All right, now you got to tell us your favorite paper ruling. Line, blank, dot grid, hex, whatever. I should make y'all commit it down to chat permanent. Yeah, I got you. So you have to email me hello@penaddict.com, your shipping address, and I'll ship it with get composted. If you email me now, I'll try to ship it today. Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow. So either way, no rush. I'm shipping today and tomorrow, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to get this on the way to you. So very cool. All right, anything else? Yeah, there's hex paper. it's usually not great quality, right? None of the great like paper makers make like a good quality hex paper. What is the logo on my hoodie? It's a Patagonia. Their original shop was called the Great Pacific Ironworks, and I think this is like a throwback to that. So it's like an anvil. But it's a throwback to the original shed where they started making climbing gear. All right, that's it, chat. I got a tight schedule today, so I'm going to jump. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. I promise I won't start early. And I'll get out some inks. I got to figure out what inks I'm going to test tomorrow. I'm going to do a batch, like get all my Sailor, or like do I do a batch or do I do a cross-pollination of one of each type of thing. Something to think about that. ARL, thank you for the follow. Arlo Soriano, I see it now. This is my Gonk droid. Gonk has a posse. It's the power droid. He's the one that walks around in the sandcrawler, in the Jawa sandcrawler, and goes gonk, gonk, gonk. That's the only sound he makes. So it's power droid has a posse. From Rich Stevens, comic artist, digital comic artist, really, really cool stuff. Gonk. Hey, welcome, Arlo. Sorry we're about to jump off for today, but I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. All right. There was one in the Boba Fett finale. Did he gonk, or is he just walking around? I haven't watched it yet, so don't tell me. Did he gonk? Yeah, he shows up in a bunch of the Star Wars, but he was in the first. He was in the episode 4. In the Sandcrawler, I think, was the original Gonk, if I'm not mistaken. All right. We'll leave it at that. No Gonk. Boo. All right. See y'all later. Bye.